What's up? This is the Super Console X Pro. It runs 80 plus emulators, and what up? This is Johnny Death with Death and Vengeance Video Games. This is a little thing I picked up, um, and it's you just plug it into your TV or to whatever, and let me show you it. Alright, it always starts off on the Super Nintendo, but as you can see, it has a whole bunch of different game systems, and depending on the system, we'll just start right here. This one is called the Adams Wave, which I've never heard about, but it's got 7 games. The old Commodore 64. This one has 4,978 games. I used to actually have one of these when I was a kid. Didn't have many games on it, but it's an old school computer. Really, really old school. The Dreamcast, this one has 24 games on it. Sega Dreamcast was Sega's second attempt at a disc-based system. The first one was the Sega Saturn. This one was a little bit of an upgrade from the Saturn. And this one is a whole bunch of different arcade port games. There's actually a MAME that has arcade games on it, but this one has a couple more that aren't actually on the other one. Like you can see, it has like Rampage and like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. This is the Famicom Disk System. This was released in Japan only, and this one has 229 games. It's basically the Nintendo, but it takes like little floppy disks, which is pretty cool. Nintendo back in the early 80s came out with these Game & Watch. They're one of the first handheld games ever before anything else. They're kind of close to the Tiger Electronic. Remember those little handheld games you just get from like Walmart for like 10 20 bucks. Sega Game Gear. This one has 263 games. It's Sega's handheld game system, color screen. The Game Boy. This one's got 493 games. The original Game Boy. Game Boy Advance, this one has 1,081 games. Game Boy Color, this one has 548. The American Sega Genesis, 890 games. The Intellivision, which was a kind of a rival of the Atari back in the day. MAME, this is all arcade machine ports, and this was there's 1,927 games. Sega Master System, the first system actually by Sega, kind of came out in '85 when the first Nintendo came out. And so then, of course, there's a Sega Genesis again. The MSX2 is a computer-based disc system. This one has 668 games. Nintendo 64, 256 games for the N64. The Naomi, I've never heard of this machine, but this one's got only 6 games on it. The Nintendo DS, this one has 15 games. Neo Geo CD, this was a great system. I never had it because they were $900 or more at the time. This is the Neo Geo system. This one was the cartridge-based equivalent to the previous system. This one has 175 games on it. The Nintendo, the NES, this one has 1,539. Neo Geo Pocket, which was for the Neo Geo, and it was their attempt at the handheld gaming. And then the Neo Geo Pocket Color. I actually have both of those, the Pocket and the Color. Odyssey 2 was way back in 1979. This is actually the Odyssey 2. There was an Odyssey 1, which was very, believe it or not, even more primitive than this primitive dinosaur. This one has 116 games. Open Beats of Rage. I don't know what this is, but it's got a chick on there in a bikini and looking pretty enticing. And then Turbo Graphics, and then the Turbo Graphics CD. This was pretty revolutionary when it came out. It was back in '88, and these are also one of those systems that were really expensive at the time, so only rich people had it. And but it's pretty cool. Pokemon Mini. These are like those Tamagotchi games. Raspberry Ports. This is just a whole bunch of like I guess like Japanese games. The PSP got 22 games. Oh shit. And the PS1, the PlayStation, 59 games. Sega 32X, 37 games. Sega CD, it's only got 2 games, which sucks. SG-1000 was a Sega computer video game system. This one came out in '83, before the other Sega from '85. This was a Super Nintendo. It's got 1,232 games. Super Graphics, so it's only got 5. Vectrex, it's a pretty little thing from back in '82. Milton Bradley. It's a little TV monitor that has a built-in screen and like a remote control, and you get different games for it, based on not pixels but actual vector graphics, which is line graphics. Looks pretty cool. Virtual Boy, and this piece of shit. Wonder Swan and Wonder Swan Color, basically these Japanese kind of handheld games that they kind of wanted to upgrade and compete with the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Sharps X68000. This is also a more this is another computer-based game from about 1987, I believe, is when this came out. Sinclair system. This is from 1982. Spectrum. This is just all the games and the favorites, and then the Amiga, which is like the European computer game system from the Commodore, and Commodore 1200, which is upgraded from the 64. Amstrad. This is also popular in Australia and Europe, and it's also a computer game console. Next is the Atari 2600, 5200, and 7800 and 800. These are all Atari systems. They came out from the early 80s up until the collapse of the video game industry for a period. The Atari Lynx is Atari's attempt at a handheld console. Actually, one of the first color screens ever on a console, because before this it was black and white and whatever you call the Game Boy, which is like the green color. Atari ST, it's another computer system. And then back to the Thomas Wave. So these are all the systems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do different games and do different tutorials and show you like the different games. So what I might do is I might do like, the Adams Wave. This one has seven games, so I might show you the different games and play a couple of them and stuff. And then another video will be like the 64, Commodore 64 or something else. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. It's Super Console X. Dun dun dun. And yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of stuff, and I think it's also got where I could add more stuff to it if I wanted to. But I mean, it's pretty much got all the emulators that I use anyway, so that's pretty cool. And so, like I said, my name's Johnny Death from Death and Vengeance Plays. Video games, our little video game section. So this is pretty cool. And like I said, I'll be coming up with more videos on these different games, and so some of them like are gonna. I might even pick out some like rare ones that people have never heard about, or maybe people have heard about but never played. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and let me know if you like the video. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment or anything. And check out all of our channels, Death and Vengeance. And give us a like and a thumbs up.